Now, I feel like once you've had your 20s, you are more clear about what you want. You are more mindful about how you're spending your time with the different people that you're spending time with. You are a bit more mature about how you actually go about dating. And I say this from absolute experience. Oftentimes, when you are in your baby girl era, in your early 20s, even your late 20s, you're really just kind of seeing yourself, trying to figure out your life, trying to figure out who you are. But when it comes to dating specifically, by the time you're 30, you've kissed the frogs, you've kissed the toads, you have kissed the chickens, the hens, you've done it all. Like, you've been around the streets and then some. You know, you've choppered that lap, you've choppered another one, and now you really just know exactly what you want for yourself. You start to realize that, hey, a guy who keeps blowing me off and I have to keep asking them, hey, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay, is clearly not the guy for me. A guy or a girl who's clearly always calling you when they need money is obviously not for you. They obviously just see you as a bank account where they can just withdraw money without giving you anything in return. You know for sure my career is starting to go to this direction, or at least I have started off my career and I know which direction I'm kind of going into, and therefore I cannot start dating someone who is in this other different career because it will conflict. We'll have nothing to talk about, and so on and so forth. Like, there is a lot you know about yourself by the time you hit 30. However, here are a few tips that we personally find that you really get to, that really kind of teach you what you know. I know, Turi, you just turned 27 the other day. Actually, shout out to you. Are you feeling any different between when you were like 25 and now, or are you kind of in the same situation when it comes to your view of dating?
I feel like it's changed significantly because at 25, I wasn't looking for anything serious. Like, it's vibes, it's vibes. After all, I am young, I am hot, I am in my era. But as you grow older, you become more intentional about who you associate with. I am more intentional in who I'm talking to. Even something as simple as replying to someone's DM or replying to somebody's message or entertaining somebody on social media, I am much more intentional because I've realized as you grow older, this is your whole life. There's an image, there's a perception about you out there. So you're more careful, you're more, I think the goal is just to be, I'm more intentional about who I associate with.
Is there an actual difference between dating in 25 and dating at 27?
Yes, absolutely. Because I feel like at 25, you feel like you know everything, but you really don't. You're just basing every experience off of the advice you got on the internet or what you think you know.
What your girlfriends are telling you.
Exactly what everyone else is doing. You're going with the flow and everything. But at 27, ain't nobody got time to go with the flow, you know, so... And it's not just about the pressure that society has on women at a certain age should be married, should be stable. It's not even about that. It's about what I want. I don't want to be a 27, 28, 29, almost 30-year-old perambulating and doing the most on the internet. I feel like as you grow older, there's a bit more dignity that you carry yourself with. Yes, you lost your dignity in the 20s. You're now, there's the small dignity that is remaining for you and your clan. You're holding on to it. You're like, okay, we could do better now.
Yeah, I think I really do agree with that. And the funny thing is, at 27 versus at 31, then there is a huge difference about also how you carry yourself in different spaces. I generally feel like I don't necessarily need to be in a relationship for me to be okay. Like, I don't need to be with somebody for me to be okay. I can just be on my own, I can live my life, and then the man will come when they come. That pressure of, oh my God, are you dating? Oh my God, it's Valentine's is coming, where's your boyfriend? That kind of pressure sort of kind of just goes away as you get to your 30s, mostly because there's so many more important things to do with your life. That's so, your time is split between so many different small things.
We're building
that
wealth.
You really generally almost forget sometimes that you aren't dating. And then suddenly you do go through phases where you're like, oh my God, I need to find someone. Oh my God, I need to date. Oh my God, I need to get married like tomorrow. But then really, truly, my experience was I kind of got to 30 and I'm just like, I was now sitting pretty in my 30s. Like, it was like, okay, I'm here, I have arrived. Now I'm starting to see life in a different perspective.
And also an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
You guys are going to kill me for it, but I feel sometimes like dating 25 and younger, we are mostly dating to for financial gain.
Yeah, you haven't eaten. You have no food in the house,
Exactly. I'm
babes.
going on this date because I haven't eaten.
Yes, he's buying dinner.
He's buying me food.
And if he doesn't buy you dinner, you are throwing hands.
Exactly.
Because I came here just for the dinner and you're not going to pay.
He's buying me something, he's getting something from me. So it's a bit more transactional. But the older you get, the more money you have. You know, you're quite established in your career. You're doing something with yourself. You have a little bit of money here. You have disposable income. You're wiser. And you can afford
to buy your food.
Your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So now anyone who offers you small chicken wings.
Let me take you for coffee.
You're like, what? For
Bruh,
what?
I can make coffee.
My coffee. I can afford chicken wings.
Yes.
And chips. What's that? So,
and
yeah.
pizza. You can't lie to us with small pizza. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Buy me a car now.
Yeah, a plot. Yeah, Magoots.
You know?
Let's talk about that. But I think the tips which I would personally give from my experience. I remember when I started like dating to date, like dating for me, not for food, not for small taxi money, not for small rent. When I started dating for me, like now to enjoy dating, I realized, and I told myself this, I will be 100% myself, like 100% myself. And why this is because if I am 100% myself and someone actually comes and likes this 100% myself, then guess what? They're not going to leave for anything. But when you're always pretending to be someone else, when you're always trying to look like someone else, dress like somebody else, be like someone else, talk like someone else, and you actually find someone who likes that, and then over time you start to change and start to become more of yourself, guess what? They're going to dip real quick. So here is my very important first one. Be 100% yourself. If you're loud, be loud. If you're quiet, be quiet. The person who comes and likes that quiet is never gonna go away because they like that quiet. The person who comes in and likes the loud is never gonna go away because they like the loud. If you're messy, you're messy. Get over it. Fix yourself or don't. But don't try and be anyone else, because the moment you try and be someone else, they will come, they will start to realize that's not the real you, and they're outie.
And also another thing when you're dating when you're older is you're able to respect boundaries. I know we are all walking around thinking I am entitled to everyone else respecting my boundaries. If I say this is as far as I can go, that's it. You need to respect my boundaries. And we're just throwing it around. I am enforcing my boundaries. I am standing on business. But are you, as an individual, respecting other people's boundaries? Because I feel like when you're younger and you're in a relationship, you're dating somebody and they don't pick your call, you're very quick to say, you're cheating, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. They don't pick a second call. You're like, you know, you're
confirmation,
everywhere.
you're on top of her now.
You're like, why would you do this? You're very quick to anger, very quick to talk about it, very quick to confront people. But the older you get, you kind of realize, hey, listen, if I call this person at 10:30 a.m., it's rather obvious he's at work. So I am able to understand, yeah, it's just work. It's nothing at all. If they say, hey, listen,
can't talk right now.
Yeah, I can't talk right now.
Call you back in a bit.
You don't take it personally. You understand, yeah, they're at work. If they say, hey, listen, I think I need Saturday just to, you know,
unwind,
just
chill, zen,
and just chill at home, I take that as them needing space and not reading into it and thinking, he's having somebody else around or somebody new is coming. So that's just how I think about it. I am able to respect people when they draw their boundaries, as opposed to forcing myself into situations when they said, hey, listen, I need Saturday to myself. You know, I understand that. I am now an adult who goes to work and pays taxes in this English-speaking East African country. So I understand
exactly what that
how
means.
It feels to just need a day off.
But I do question that, because I feel like that one doesn't come with age. That comes more with experience. Because if you are still a 27-year-old who doesn't leave the house, you don't actually have a career, you don't pay taxes, you are a stay-at-home 30-year-old or 27-year-old, and you still try and call your man, you probably wouldn't understand. Or you try and call your woman, you probably wouldn't understand. So do you feel like a lot more people understand this, or a lot less people understand it? And paint a picture so that we're able to kind of, I don't know, understand along with you.
I feel like when you have something going on in your life, you're able to focus on that more. Even if you're not employed, you're in between jobs, but if there's something you're doing with your life, maybe you're going into content creation, maybe you're finally going through the books and finishing the books you had bought and just kept there for decoration. There's something that's actively going on in your life. You're doing something for you, not for anybody else, because I feel like the minute you make somebody else your whole life, you're in a relationship with somebody, but you don't have your own thing going on, they become the focus of everything. And it's such a huge burden on them because they're going to work, they're paying the bills, they're doing everything they can do, but they can't be an individual because you feel isolated and you feel abandoned by them pursuing things that are personal to them. But if you had your own thing going on, if you had like a side job, you've gotten on Alibaba, you've shipped a few things, you're now selling them. You know, if you had something that you were doing for you, maybe you wouldn't be so focused on trying to control what another person is doing with their lives.
Yeah,
You'd be respectful of their boundaries and them needing space from time to time.
I completely agree with that because it is very, very much so that you've got nothing else going on with your life and therefore 100% of your fixation is on your man.
True.
They come, they clean, they drink some tea, you are very quick to wash the cup. They come, they sit down, and then they, and you know the way we fluff a pillow and then you karate it so that it has that nice shape. And they come and sit down, you are already angry at them because they have ruined the aesthetics of your house. All of these small little things, that you're nitpicking on are simply because you probably don't have anything else that is occupying your time, your space, your mind. And even when you sit down to have a conversation with this person, there's absolutely nothing new that you're going to tell them.
True.
Hey, how was your day? I woke up, I went shopping, I came back to the house, I cleaned, I slept. That's it. There's nothing ever going to be new with you. Your life is always going to be the same. So I completely agree with that. I also feel like there is this one thing once you start to hit like your 27 to 30, you start to realize that there is no expiry. Simply because you know the pressure of like, oh my god, if I don't do this, he's not gonna love me. Oh my god, if I don't do this, he's probably gonna dump me. Oh my god, he probably hasn't spoken to me today because he's going to drop me. You know, that pressure that you're always kind of putting yourself under simply because something hasn't gone a particular way, you think this person will automatically dump you. Let me tell you the truth, love has no expiry. The day you actually meet someone who makes you feel like that, that's the day you leave. That's the day you run for the hills, because that pressure will never, or these people who do things to teach you a lesson, or you didn't pick up their call because you were in the middle of something and you know that if you call them back, they probably won't call you back, or they will act in a very passive aggressive way to punish you because you didn't do exactly what they wanted. Those are the kinds of people you stay away from, because someone who genuinely loves you doesn't care about these small little things. They understand, they try and put themselves in a position of empathy, they try and put themselves in a position of kind of understanding where you're coming from. So whenever you're feeling pressure about your relationship, woo, then you're in the wrong place. And I didn't learn that until I was in my 30s, because in my mind I'm like, if he doesn't call me back in 10 minutes, I swear he's probably mad at me. If he doesn't respond to my text, or he responds to my text with like lowercase letters or capital letters, it's because he's angry at me and he's trying to show me that he's angry at me. Like these small little annoying things, which are really genuinely absolute nothing burgers, usually you will understand that they really are that. It's a nothing burger.
And you also realize that you are deserving of better, but you have to be in that space of I deserve better for you to realize that there's so much better out there. You know, you confine your space, the experiences, the toxic experiences that you had in your 20s, and you think, maybe this is what relationships look like. Maybe this is what happens. But the older you get, you associate with more people, you get to see other people's relationships thriving, you get to meet new people, you realize, Kumbe was just suffering for no reason. And there's so much better in store for you, and you'll always be actively searching for these better things.
Yeah, and kindness. I feel like we see people's relationships always being highs and lows. Or we fought, or he made me angry, or what kind of person is he? Oh, he bought me flowers, he apologized with cupcakes, he apologized with chocolates. And you're always thinking that that's what is supposed to be there in relationship. Every single time someone does something that doesn't work in accordance to you, anytime it feels like, oh, they did something and it wasn't what you wanted, or they bought you a gift and they didn't know you, that's why they bought you this one thing and not that other thing. How could they? How dare they? You start to realize that honestly, it's really that statement of it's the thought that counts. It really cuts across so much in our lives, and especially in our dating lives, because